Wonderful, wonderful. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day. Maybe it is wherever you are, depending on whatever part of the world you are in. We really want to appreciate you and welcome you to our program, this being Bed of Roses, your only program that gives you up to speed issues related to matters love. And we are happy that you are able to join us this beautiful day. I want to welcome my panelists so that they say hi to you and also welcome you on board as we sail through this issue of knowing the past and how does it affect your present relationship. I'm joined by Leo. Leo, you can say hi to our viewers.
Thank you so much, MC Jesse, for inviting me to this kind of conversation. Of course, good evening from this end of East Africa, our fellow viewers. As he said, I'm Leo Nyabaya, and I'm glad that I've been invited in this kind of conversation so that we can be able to see if somebody's past can be able to determine or to have some effect on the current relationship. So, asante sana kwa kunipa nafasi na nitakuwa mwaminifu kwenye mazungumzo.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you can tell us you are safe where you are. It's flooding and it's everywhere it's raining. You are safe, I believe.
Of course, I'm safe where I am. It's flooded, it's raining 24 hours, but I'm glad where I am wasn't a riparian land. So we can at least walk out.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we are happy to know that you are safe. And say hi to everybody on board.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. From wherever you're watching us from, my name is Annie Amero, and I'm also happy to be part of this show today. As usual, we are having a lovely, and exciting topic, as usual. So, yeah, tune in, like, subscribe to our channel. Yeah, we keep the hot topics coming. I mark myself safe.
Wonderful. I believe you're also taking care of yourself.
Yes. Now it's good to take some hot water, ginger and lemon and some honey. Yeah, to keep away the cold.
And we are talking about all honeys. Wonderful, wonderful. It's high time that somebody has somebody for the warmth of the house. We also joined by one and only, our lost sheep is back finally. Nelly, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, MC Jess. Good evening, Leo. Good evening, Anne. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Good to see you.
Welcome
Long
back.
time.
Longest time.
Okay.
Niko.
Karibu sana na uko salama pahali ulipo?
Yes, niko salama. I'm making myself safe.
Wonderful.
Yes.
We are happy that you are safe, and we're also happy that each and every person is also safe. I'm also safe here in Thika, Kenya, and I believe and trust everybody is keeping safe. Our viewers, I can already see that you are full house. Can see Petra on board, who is saying that you are watching and waiting to share your story. And here we'll be talking about tukifungua roho leo. We'll be talking about the past and how has it affected our future and such kind of thing, and the current relationship. Remember, this is Bed of Roses that comes to you each and every Friday, Africa 24 TV channel, and you can follow this. Kindly subscribe so that you can get notifications, and that kabel kanakuwa pale ka notification kafinye, so that when you have mambo moto tunakujulisha, and make sure that you also share these with your friends so that at the end of the day we continue making love a sweet story as we promised. So today a lot has been happening. Before we go to our topic, a lot has been happening. We have seen some cars being parked in some petrol station. I am not sure if at all you have seen them, and whatever was happening is not so nice. I can see, Anne, you are laughing. You saw that thing going on board?
Yes, I did.
What is your ile maneno ilikuwa ina happen kwa hiyo gari ni kama mafuta ilikuwa inawekewa pahali pabaya.
Si mtu na mtu wake. I thought it's a couple. Walifikiria wapaka hapo kabla waende home.
And the story that is circulating is
that there was some refilling taking place.
But the problem is
at the gas station, but they were not refilling the gas. That was the problem now.
And the problem is
Oh,
that the ones who are refilling are not the one who was refilling is not the one who's supposed to be doing refilling, yeah.
oh, I thought they are supposed to be doing it, so I
But the car
wasn't
is on sale.
concerned.
The car is on sale. I think you can, after this you can visit one of the pages uone hiyo gari inauzwa, na nafikiria bei imeenda juu kabisa. Ni kama zile signature zina signing autograph na players hiyo gari
Mm-hmm.
inauzwa expensive. But that is by the way, and I believe these things happen. We have also seen a story circulating in social media whereby a couple,
Mm-hmm.
Khalif Cairo, has introduced his girlfriend and mapenzi imekuwa motomoto kwa social media, lakini sasa every time anachomoa mapenzi motomoto
Mtu anachomoa.
jamii na marks ya the past behaviors inatolewa vizuri kabisa. And I want to ask this question, starting question is are we courageous enough to post our current partners in our social media platforms? Leo, mpenzi wako utamulika pale social media unseme huyu ndiye. Are you courageous enough to do that?
I don't know why you had to start. I don't know why you had to start with me with that question of putting partners on the social media platform. I think I've had that challenge. I don't know, Annie, sorry, will be able to tell us why they really value that one too much. It also depends with the kind of platform that you are running. Here is a situation maybe these ladies feel like if you put, I don't know, they feel that if you put them in your social media platform, it's much secure, or I don't know. But for me, when you find me in social media, I just use social media for fun, and maybe just I take it as something that can allow me to socialize with people, nothing real about it and nothing serious about it. So I do have a feeling that the moment I want to take my partner and put it there, then unless it is just for fun, and it is not maybe because of something else or you are hiding something else, but I find it's not the right thing to put your kind of relationships in things like social media and such kind of things. If I want to put their image, then I can take a nice portrait, then put it, hang it on my bedroom or hang it on my sitting room. I think that one communicates better to anybody who comes to that house than putting them on the social media platform. That is my take, and I don't know why you had to ask me this question. Otherwise, I would have reserved my comment. But anyway, thank you.
Leo is not comfortable to post photos of him and the bay on social media. And this is a question that we are still posting to our viewers. Are you courageous enough to post the photo of Nini? And we have had an answer already. Alpha is saying, I'll post him under one condition. I tag him. Hakuna kupembeleza hapa. And are you courageous enough to post your guy in your social media platforms?
I do once in a while if it's his birthday or something, but he's not a social media person himself, so I don't like that because I am a social media person, not so much, but I don't mind posting myself. So I don't have a problem, but he doesn't like social media. Though even if I post him, he's okay. Yeah. I don't know if my answer is good for you.
Wonderful, wonderful. And that, that it's quite appropriate. Nelly,
Yes.
utatupostia yeye tumuone ama utasema ni dunia nyingine?
Mi sitapost.
Una feature.
Umekata haraka aje?
It's not like the feature. You see, the moment you bring it out there, the public has to have an opinion on it, and you can't control what they'll say about it.
True.
So if there are things you need to hold for yourself, like your relationship, there's things you need to enjoy in private. You get. So I think for me, I believe my relationship is something that is personal. Just like I don't believe in posting my children, I also don't believe in posting the man I've chosen for my life, because it is my relationship. The moment you post it out there, you won't control what the public is going to say about it. And some might be mean and it will affect you. You're a human being. So I don't think I would. I don't think I would, and I also would not encourage him to post me.
And
Yeah.
I think maybe we also have an issue with this kind of posting and such, because we are talking about now another aspect whereby the past, whereby if you post someone, then at the end of the day the past comes on board and it starts affecting you and such. And this is what we have seen in just the case that I have highlighted. And in this aspect, Anne, is it a confidence note that sometimes these ladies, and you ladies mostly, want to be posted as a sign of confidence and a sign that I'm the only one? Why do you take it that way? And this is literally mostly to the ladies. Why is it that quite a number of ladies agree, apart from maybe the two of you who have seen, but we are going also to sample our viewers, that quite a number associate with posting to be a mark of confidence? And this is from the ladies' perspective.
As for me, I don't care if you post me or not, because I know what we have in private. As Nelly has said, once you put your business out there, like there's a day I put a picture, a small video. I was just excited and I thought, let me put this one here. First, I put it to store pictures or videos when I see like my storage is in a pungua. So I just put it in one of the platforms like TikTok or Instagram. So I posted. The next message I see there is somebody asking for support. And the next minute I had removed that video and put it on private, because already somebody is starting to comment and ask for money or what, just because you have posted someone with my partner there. So for him posting me, it doesn't mean that we are together. Some people even post just to show you are the one, but they have 15 other people out there. So hiyo ni picha tu. Sasa ukipostiwa, kama wewe anaona ukipostiwa unasikia poa sana, then he will do that. So for me, I don't care if he posts or not. Actually, I don't think he has ever posted me, and I'm okay with it.
Wonderful. Posting and also making it public is part and parcel of what we are discussing. But our main issue here today is discussing or as relating to matters about the past, and how much confidence do we have that we can share our past and such. And I'll come to you, Leo, and maybe get to know, as we discuss the past, does it really matter? And we ask ourselves, can we comfortably and also honestly talk about our past, or do we need to tell our partner about our past? Just a blanket question as we start this show tonight. Do we really need to share everything about our past with our partners? Leo, I'll start with you.
Thank you, MC Jesse. First of all, allow me to maybe give a confession on what my fellow panelists have said. I initially thought that I was the only one who had some reservations when it comes to posting partners and posting your businesses. Actually, there's a relationship business in public and such kind of thing, only to realize that this thing is affecting most of the people. So I once did that fateful mistake. I posted a lady, like it was, I think, a birthday. And you know what happened? The first comment made me to pull it down, and I've never thought of doing it. Somebody just came and commented that, you see, hata huyu mtaachana tu venye uliniacha. So, so from that day, I'm telling you, I don't think I can never do something like that. So if you have this person that you feel you need to show that, okay, we are together, get a portrait of him or a portrait of her, hang it somewhere in your bedroom or hang it in your room, so that whenever our visitors or whenever he tries to bring some other ladies, then they'll be able to see hapa already kuna mtu. But this kind of social media posting, they will give you some backlash, or they'll give you some heart attack that it will really be hard to recover from it. And you know, internet never forgets. So back to the question that you've told me. Yes, it is good because it is good to tell your partner about your past, but not everything, because you know everybody has got a scar. You know, we have scars, and everybody has got a darker past. So it's good to say something about your past only if this past is going to help you build your future. You don't need to say everything about your past. There's some things that are not necessary. When I want to buy a second-hand car, the seller, there are things that they'll tell you, or most of them normally tell you it is accident free, because if they, they don't tell you it is accident free, sometimes you'll be reluctant in buying it. So we'll only have to talk of those things that are positive and forget about the darker parts, because some of these things will always come to haunt you. You're in a relationship and somebody starts telling you, si hata ule alikuacha kwa sababu ya hii, you know, such kind of talks. It's because you are so open to tell them that this car is not accident free. You decided to tell them how many accidents the car has gotten. Zingine wacha mtu akuje siku nyingine akiangalia gari na anapata kumbe gari iliwahi gonga jiwe pale, then you can pick it from that end. I think I'll stop from there.
So Leo, human beings are prone to, they are not accident free. Unaweza kuwa na gari ambayo labda imeanguka kwa mashimo kadhaa na imemondamondwa, na si lazima uambiwe, unaweza
sio lazima uambiwe. Somebody that you get that is having the full set of teeth, 32 teeth, this is somebody that you are not born with. This is somebody who is an adult. It's like you're buying a second-hand car. There are things that they will not tell you, but there are things that you just have to know, that everybody must have a darker past, everybody must have a scar. I'm pretty sure, I'm certain, even if you go to church, I'm sorry, I know there are some preachers here, when you go to church, every pastor will tell you how they used to be evil before they became pastors, but we normally don't focus on how many things they stole. We normally don't try to ask them if they indeed returned when they got saved, but we focus on the message that they give us at that particular time. So if you want a healthy relationship, I feel that you don't need to dig deep into your darker past. If you have to talk about your past, then give the positive side of your past that is going to build this relationship. Unless you want to go to, okay, everybody want to go to heaven, but in a relationship, it is not a test of whether you're going to heaven or not. That is when you can be able to say everything.
That's a nice one. Let me maybe sample some of the comments from our viewers before I come to Nelly to tell us, kama hii gari imeanguka kwa mashimo, inamwaga oil ovyo ovyo, do I need to explore or do I need to be told about the past? Na kama mambo kama hapo pale. Morata Kwesi Kenya is saying, as per love and relationships, I think the past doesn't matter much since everyone has a past, both dark and past and good past. What makes most is that have the person surely changed? And I'll ask a question there. Do all habits die? Well, HB 110, the poet says, well, I think it matters, but shouldn't be a hindrance to going forward. Carlos Abich is saying the past is very important because it's a true reflection of where we came from. From the past, whether bad or good experience, we should keep going and try new things outside there. Nicolas Odo is saying there are far, far better things ahead than any that we have left behind. Alpha is saying I'll post him under one condition. Lazima ni mtag. Lazima watu wajue ni yeye huyu. Irene Akinyi is saying the past never matters. All matters is the future because it holds better things for us. No posting please. Huyu ashasema Richard. Kama wewe ni wa Richard unasema no posting please. Carlos Abich is saying but posting once in a while is okay. Jaber must be sometimes shown to the world, but sio saa zote. And Pastor Daniel Minor is saying, this is my classmate from Nyahururu, is saying, only share, huyu ni pastor, nisome ya pastor kweli ama, only share the right part. The dark past will taint your present badly in matters relationship. Maureen Mwenda is saying, the past will destroy your future. And Eric Mreithi, this is my colleague, is saying, we'll always apply the no contact rule. Now, Nelly, hii gari imemondwa kabisa, imeanguka kwa mashimo and such. Do you really need to be told mara ngapi imeanguka kwa hizi mashimo ikiamka? Mara ngapi imemwaga oil na mara ngapi imepandwa?
Nobody will tell you that. Nobody will tell you because by the moment they're selling their vehicle, and they'll say anything that will make you and convince you to buy the vehicle. But now I have a problem with this thing. We have our background and we have our past. Those are two different things, you know. So my past or my background really matters. You know, my background really matters when it comes to the type of person I want to be with in my future, because Um, sorry about that. I muted because somebody. I was saying thank you to someone else because I'm still live on TikTok. So this is if I'm looking for somebody to spend the rest of my life with, there are things that really people cannot run away from. You know, you cannot tell me you are going to blindly fall in love with somebody who has been a murderer ever since, and he has a series of killing women. All the women he's been dating, he's been killing them, and then now you say that is not important for you to know. It is very important for you to know, and also that you make a decision that is going to be good for you and the future that you want to build with this person. You see, so when introducing yourself to somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with, it's important to be honest, but don't talk too much. You get my point? Don't talk too much because men will wait for the opportunity to use the same things you said about yourself, the dark things you said about your past, to use it to define and bring you down when it's right for them. So say something about your past, but don't talk too much. Because at times, even saying your past in a very wise way can help him defend you in places that you thought he could not defend you because he truly fell in love with the person that you are.
Yeah.
So he's gonna come out and say, "This is the woman I chose. But no matter what, this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with." So when talking about your past, you really need to be wise and realize, when am I supposed to shut up? The problem is we talk too much. It is good to say, but don't talk too much. Yes.
Wonderful, and it's good because I think you have told us to have limited confessions, in other words, or what to say and at what time. Kama umeolewa mara kama 4, unajua utasema mara ya kwanza uliolewa unafungia, ya pili kukuwa na kaishu unafungia. But now I want to bring on board this aspect, and the starting point is issues of sex. And from a confession perspective, as I read a comment from one Mheshimiwa Petra, who is saying small brief is important rather than the spouse getting some things from the third parties. It's going to highlight. It's good to highlight them. She's talking about it is good for you to know this past or something or these things. And I'll ask that question now. As much as I'm limiting my communication or whatever I'm saying to my spouse or my partner, what if he or she gets this information from a third party? Won't it be more catastrophic rather than me saying it from my mouth? Na itakuwa ni vita, kwa sababu mbona huku niambia ulikuwa umeolewa mara 4? And
I think as Nelly has said, there are things that unajua if you say they'll help the relationship, and unajua zingine if you say them they are minefields. Some are for good reflection and some are going to be a minefield. So I think it's important for you to highlight the important things. Juu kama kuna mtu anaweza danganya hata ukose kusema kitu kama nilisoma hapa, nilienda shule huku, ama nilikuwa nafanya kazi hapa. There are some things hata unashindwa mbona ulikosa kusema. But you have asked in the aspect of sex, right?
yes.
In matter sex, I think that is where you draw the line. And the reason I'm saying that is because it brings a lot of trust. It brings a lot of trust issues. That person can never trust you because some people can be very graphic when they're talking about how they have had issues, sex affairs and people and styles and everything, and they'll think that you are giving a comparison to what they do. So when it comes to matter sex, I think that is where you should just draw the line. When it comes to other issues about who you had dated, or if you feel you want to say and it will come up in future, then you should say it per sex. I think that is where you do the line.
And maybe as I come and I also expound on this, remember our viewers, you can be able to comment and also get engagement with us or engage us after you maybe subscribe to our channel, that is a Freak 24 TV channel, and you can be following this live. And we appreciate also the team that is joining us through Nelly's account, that is TikTok, and we really appreciate that your comments are being received. I want to come on board to this issue of sex because one, the bottom line is one, I meet you, you are not a virgin, I'm not a virgin, we have a past. To what extent should we discuss this issue of sex and sex behavior? And a question comes on board sometimes, unaulizwa na mtu, body count yako ni ngapi?
What's your number?
What's your number? Na wengi who fall under wawili. Yule wa kwanza.
Sasa, well, let me just ask a question, eh? Are you interested on my part, or you want to build a future with me?
Exactly.
I want to know pahali umefika
Ya nini?
na experience. Unajua hata ukipewa gari, ukipeana gari lazima ujue sasa hii gari kama hii gari nataka kubeba watu, nataka kwenda nayo Kisumu. Lazima ujue kama ishaifika hata Nakuru.
Sasa unataka kujua wengine wa nini? That is the question.
Now,
ni my first one na sasa mwenye niliacha jana na wewe sasa.
So
I don't think that question. Yeah, that question no.
The ladies haipitangi watu watatu. Nelly.
Yes, please.
You have asked if this is important. What is your perspective on this?
When it comes to my sex life, I think that's a personal journey. You know, not unless I'm going to, I want to indulge him and add him as a data to the past, then he needs to ask about the body count, you know. If he just coming, yeah, because if I'm going to build a future with you, why would I sell myself to you like a woman who has slept with so many men, you know? Unaona, because you'll use it to judge me. No wonder wanaume walikuwa na kuacha. You see, biblically they say any man you've gone to bed with, you're married to those people because life is spiritual. But to us in the physical world, we really know that marriage is when somebody commits to you, either by marriage certificate, by traditional, by water. My sex life has nothing to do with what we want to build with you. So I'll just tell you, by the way ladies, hata hiyo ya tatu mnasemanga 3, hiyo hata ukumbuki vizuri, ujui kama ilifanyika ama ikufanyika. Maximum should be 2.
Hata uko sure. Exactly.
Hata uko sure. Hata hii ya pili ni venye tu sasa ulikuwa lonely and things happened. You found yourself in a place that you could not control things and it happened. Hii ya tatu you're not even sure about it. You know, ilifanyika kweli ama ikufa. No, I don't think. I just did it to please them. Lakini ukienda hapo na A4 unataka kuandika body count yako na hiyo A4 yako hapo.
Utalia vibaya sana.
Now, because for the ladies, you should not exceed 3. And somebody is saying, this is good here, who is commenting and saying that your past, you have to go in a relationship with a long list. Do not compromise. Make sure your partner knows what you want and don't mince your words. You have to be truthful about your past. He is advocating for truthfulness about our past. Bright Rose Telly is saying hi to our panelists. Thank you so much. Ude is also saying your past does not define you because it was a learning curve. And Nicholas is saying a lady who defends her past becomes a red flag. Red card, penalty. We are VAR. Good is also saying, Leo, this topic seems to getting you into emotions. Leo. Wanaume wanasema body count ama
what about Goodyear, I know where he is still thinking of the football that is played by the white man, the English Premier League. So he thinks that Man City having won yesterday's game might get me disturbed. But anyway, what I can tell you, Jesse, is that, you know, why people normally don't like talking about their past and such kind of things, digging deep, because it brings what is called lack of trust. Because when people had bad experience, maybe in your past relationship, it can lead to worries about similar occurrences maybe in the new relationship. So if maybe you went ahead and said all these experiences, somebody might be worried and think that these things might occur again. So there's that fear, and it makes them lose that trust, unlike if they did not know these kind of things. I've heard you people talking of something called body count. I normally feel that this is so offensive when you start talking of a body count. You know, human, we are not cars that you look at the mileage. When you buy a car, you have to look at the mileage. And the ladies here, of course, Anne and Nelly will tell you that, you know, this thing doesn't have a last scene. So whether you talk of the body count, I've had 2, I've had 3, I've had 4, and somebody who is saying I've had 1 or I've had 6, I don't know if there is a difference between that we just need to go and start looking at the body count, or maybe the mileage and such kind of things. And it has well been said that when you people get in a relationship, you want to build your future. You are not having what is called a committee of inquiry that wants to investigate maybe some past injustices that were done. But what you want to do, you want to build a future. And to build your future, if you concentrate in the past, you are likely not to build that future. Because anytime something happens, somebody will start thinking that, okay, even though when you uliacha ile relationship ingine, naona ni kama mimi pia unaniacha, and that kind of that. So you need to think of what you people can do together, or how you people can manage your relationship, and forget about thinking of what you did not manage to do before. Forget about complaining. And this is what brings comparisons in a relationship. Somebody start telling you, you know, even my ex wasn't doing this one to me, and such kind of discussion will always emerge, and the thing that will always break this kind of relationships. So that is just my opinion. As I always tell you, that I'm not a relationship expert or advisor, but I'm just trying to weigh in by giving an expertise opinion.
Wonderful, and it's good because you have talked about this, and you have also talked about maybe some of these things we need to accept. You have even talked about last scene. It is not seeable that haina pahali imeandikwa last scene, but tujue kitu moja, kuna pia pahali ambapo itafika last scene ambayo wewe mwenyewe hujaweza kuichambua, ikuwa unaelezwa na wengine. We want to take a small commercial break. We will be right back after this.
Join us every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for a captivating journey into the world of love, relationships, and romance, presented by the dynamic trio Maggie Knox, MC Jesse, and Annie Wawero, Bed of Roses.
Wonderful. Welcome back. Remember, this is a Freak 24 TV channel where we bring you news, issues related to politics, sports, and without forgetting, each and every Friday evening, a day like today, we host the hottest, romantic, most watched program in the whole world, Bed of Roses, and we talk about matters love, issues related to relationships, and we try to make the world a better place to live, and also ensure that love exceeds and love goes on. We have just had a commercial, and remember, wherever you're watching us from in this world, you get a chance to get the best fish from Lake Victoria, Kenya, courtesy of this beautiful company. And I want to ask Nelly to say a word. Na ngoja hii samaki ambayo inaitwa smoked fish. Nelly?
Yeah, oh, yes. Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Nelly Noel. I am the CEO, Noel's Deliveries. I do deliver fish within and beyond Kenyan borders. You know, so if you want fish, if you want omena, if you want dried vegetables, I will deliver to you. We ship beyond Kenyan borders. So I am the CEO, and we deliver to you good, best fish. Now you asked about the smoked fish. Smoking is a way of preserving fish in our traditional society kitambo, like we used to do it before innovations of these many things, so it is smoked. Our
Wow.
old our old parents in lowland know how to do it. They smoke the fish. It's a way of preserving it, and it's very healthy to eat it because it doesn't have any fat added to it. So
Yeah.
it's just smoked, it turns black, and it's not ready to eat. You have to cook it for you to enjoy the meal. And it's very yummy. More than even
Wonderful.
the deep fried one. Yes.
Mhm.
So if
And
you
you
want
can,
to order fish, you can follow me on all my platforms.
yeah.
Nelly Noel on Facebook, Nelly Noel Instagram, Nelly Noel on TikTok. My
Wonderful.
contacts are all over the place. Yes.
And you can supply this wherever one is. Like now niko karibu kwenda kule Afghanistan, nikiitisha
Yes.
nitaletewa.
Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful. So this
Mm.
is one of our panelists and our hosts for this program. So kindly make sure that you keep your orders coming. Remember, this is fresh fish from Kenya, and be sure you get something beautiful, even to celebrate is it Labor Day or something of that sort, the holiday that is coming on board. We go on with our program, and remember this bed of roses. Remember, you can engage us through our social media platforms. Keep those comments coming. Share, like, comment. At the end of the day, we are sampling quite a number of comments, and we are happy that you're engaging us. And when you are digging deep into this past, and if it does matter, which is more appropriate for you? Lying to your partner about the past, keeping quiet, or opening up and letting him know you the way you are, just the way you are, girl? Which one do you prefer?
Well, you're even singing. As I think, as I've said earlier, it depends with what we are talking about. It's not about lying. I've seen somebody in the section saying if you lie, it's bad to lie. Yes, it's wrong for you to lie. But if you ask about something, I'm going to be brutally honest. Brutally is the word, honest. If you can't handle the truth, then that's you, because you have asked me. But a question in regards to what's your number, that's a question you should never ask in a relationship, because it will bring about insecurities, and it's actually unfair to your partner to even ask that, because if I don't want to talk about that. And as Nelly said, that is your life and that is your past, and it's that's a private affair, by the way. So if it doesn't concern our relationship, I'm not going to talk about it.
But let me ask, that's why I'm asking, which one do you prefer? Lying, being open, or just keeping quiet? I want to take a case study of this young man. This young man in quotes, who has been flossing with a girlfriend all over social media. And at the end of the day, as he does that, inafika pahali kidogo kidogo picha moja inatolewa, kidogo kidogo dem akitwak, kidogo kidogo, and these are different characters. How does it feel? Yet at the end of the day, we are talking about being open. And as much as you are talking about some of these things you don't share, some things are very sensitive for you not to share, because at the end of the day, you can maybe this guy is trying to hold on because of the public image and trying to showcase that he is still okay, but deep down his heart, he knows, I wish I was told this enough early enough. I should have coped with this. I should have known if I will go on or not to go on, other than the shame that comes on board, to a point that when you want to release this person, you have a tagline. Nelly, what are your sentiments about this?
We are in the digital world, and in the digital world, the internet never forgets. You see, so at times you might trend for the wrong reasons, and we have a lot of men with very low self-esteem, and they fall for the clout. They just want to be part of the story, but actually they don't love you. But they want to act and outstand each other by saying, "I love you the way you are," you know. But once the reality of these things hit, now they start withdrawing and saying, "I didn't expect that this is what this is going to be the mother of my kids and everything else." MC, people really confuse sympathy, empathy, and revenge for love. You see, For example, there is somebody who will come and show you love because they saw you being trolled. They offered you a shoulder to lean on. In the meantime, you fell in love with this person. This guy just empathized with the situation, but you built love emotions around this person because they offered a shoulder to lean on. That is not love. At the end of the day, when situation changes, this person is going to realize that I'm not in love. It was just empathy I felt for this person, and it wasn't love. Love is built with people who are 100% okay and just want to fall in love with each other because they've seen something they share in common with each other. Oh, you see. So social media never forgets. If you are going to fall in love with me if you are going to stop falling in love with me because of the things you maybe found I did on social media, that was not even love in the first time. It wasn't. Because every saint has a past and every angel has a future.
Every sinner has a
Yeah.
past.
Yes.
Wonderful. And I think that line is encouraging so many people. Hapa wanapata moyo kuwa every blah 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 has a past, every saint has a past, every angel has a future. There's a comment.
Yeah.
There's a comment here I want us to try to disseminate from Good is saying lying about your past puts you in a peculiar place. It means that you like living a life of lie and a player. Be an open person to have a clear and fruitful relationship. But Pastor Daniel Minor is saying this, and this is what I want us to disseminate. Spiritually, the past matters a lot. It is important to avoid anything that can't be shared with your partner. But in case of such, being very careful with what you share with your partner matters a lot. He has brought on board the issue of spirituality and such kind of things. Carlos says she needs fish from you. He needs fish from you, Nelly. So you can be sure about this. Love is in the eyes of the receiver. That is Themba and Lulu show that is what they are saying. Now, in terms of issues, spiritual matters, engagement, matters of the heart, matters that come under bond. And this mostly rotates around our sex life and what we have been able to do in the past. Don't you think it compromises when we don't have a sitting and agree to work together based on our past and based on our experiences? Because at the end of the day, as much as it's something a past is shared between two persons or more than two persons, it will definitely find its way. Is it not catastrophic when somebody finds out something you didn't tell him or her? Why is it not important for us to share, have a sitting with a person, share that this has been my past, A, B, C, D. You agree to work together or walk apart. Don't you agree with this? Leo?
So you said when somebody shares a past, or what happened, or when what happens?
We're having a debate, and this one rotates around issues to do with sexuality and such. And this being a thorny issue because najua hakuna kitu mbaya kama those imaginations of what you are doing in the past. Those relations, ukifanya kitu naambiwa hivi ndivyo ulikuwa unafanyia nani, ama urudi kwa nani, ama kitu kama kile. And exposing oneself sexual part of the past, I think it's just like removing clothes in public. But don't you think it is better that way? You share with me your past, all of it. We agree to work together or walk away from each other rather than come to know later on. Leo?
All right, I know that one might sound good. It also depends with the level of maturity that you share your past and you agree to work together. But out of experience, it might not be my personal experience, but out of experience that people have outside there. Sorry?
Experience to me, are you experience?
Okay, let me say, out of what I've experienced, maybe the people I've interacted with, the people I've maybe gotten the stories from, they'll tell you that higher percentage of people will not be able to, you'll not be able to share with them your past. Once you share your past, that one will maybe act as a demoralizer, and the people will have to think otherwise, specifically if the past is that. So only few people, maybe who are having a similar past, will have to work together with you. You imagine you want to tell somebody whose body count is 1 or whose body count is 2, that your body count is maybe 20. You want to tell them how you've had unsuccessful relationships, maybe 3 times. You want to tell them how maybe you've
Unsuccessful 20
not been
episodes.
able to just get it. You want to tell them, maybe you're a lady, you want to tell them how you've aborted maybe 3 times, or really, just say, do you think that these people are going to walk with you? Of course, the truth of the matter is that they'll terminate that kind of relationship. And there's something that my grandfather used to tell me. I don't know if your grandfather told you, like when it comes to this thing called seduction, it normally works when people lie. It works with the lies, but when you speak the truth, then that is the reason why many people are not married up to date. My grandfather used to tell me that, when you want to marry, you have to speak some lies and marinate them with the truth. But if you speak the truth, then people will marry and you will just remain single. And there are many people who are single simply because they are speaking the truth. So you choose, do you want to marry or you want to remain single?
And this is really good to discuss and debate on. Do you really want to marry, or do you want to remain single? So you lie or you remain single. And will you be comfortable sharing stories of 20 unsuccessful episodes with your partner versus just keeping quiet, akijua shauri yake?
I think, as Leo has said, it depends with the maturity of, I don't know if you say the partner, but I also think the partner. I don't think there's anyone who'd like to hear some gruesome and some things that you have done in the past. If you have a dark past, I know every one of us maybe have a dark past. It depends how dark. Is it pitch dark or is it just dark? So I don't think so many people would be really, they would like to hear the truth that this and this, unless it's benefiting the relationship. As I said earlier, I don't see why we should go that deep into asking each other about such dark past, unless it's something that is helping our relationship. So for me, I don't think I would share such things unless they really need to be heard. Because if there are some people who even hide their kids, they have children in Ushago and they get married and they don't say that they have children. Then later on, they bring out the children one. So I have this one, and then next time they bring another one. You see, that one is bad because these are real human beings who are alive and they are there. So that is something. But if there are things that are really not concerning this relationship and moving forward, I don't see why I should talk about it. Because italeta shida at the end of the day. Even in the beginning of the day, italeta shida. Yes.
In the beginning, there was problem.
Yes, at the end. Even at the
Now,
end, there will be trouble.
what of this approach, Nelly? We are starting off. Wacha nikwambie mbivu na mbichi. Let me open up my heart completely to you. Wacha nikwambie pahali nimepitia, mikwazo nimepitia, kama nimepitia kwa whatevers. You accept or you deny me the chance to love you. Is it not sweet if we agree to walk together from the word go, rather than wakati tumeenda sweetly kwa sababu nilikupea the good part of myself, only for you to start now having the marks of my past and you start questioning my loyalty?
Yeah.
Is it not better that way, Nelly?
It's funny how we are so bended in our past and we define a future on closed chapters of our past that we can never revisit and change what we did. Your past is your past. What you've done in the past is what you've done in the past. If you choose to define your future with your past, then you're a slave of your past.
Exactly.
And nobody needs to be with you because you're tied into your past. You're tied into your past. You've not let yourself free. So I believe that human beings should learn to let go of their past, forgive your past, and learn to embrace the future, because that is what you can change. But now, if you are going to have a man who is so focused in what you did in the past and wants to define your future with your past, that is somebody who's going to make you a slave of your past. And that's a big red flag that you don't even need to commit your future to that person. Life is full of challenges. Every day we are learning. every day we are learning. Anytime the sun rises, there's something new you learn. You know, even if just to put comma in a sentence, you learn something. So if I meet somebody and then the only important topic he wants us to talk about is the number of men I've had sex with, for him to define and define my future with that, then that's a problem. We've had prostitutes who have been on the streets, on the streets for years, and they made the best wives ever. You see,
Completely.
so anybody who wants to define you with your past is somebody who does not want anything to do with your future. Instead, wants to make you a slave of your past and forever make you feel guilty for the wrong things that you made and the wrong choices you made, maybe because of the circumstances and the situations you are in at that moment. And now they want you to forever be haunted by it. You see, so if you are marrying me for the future and you're marrying me to build a future with you and raise kids with you, I think you need to embrace my future more than my past. You are not part of my past. Are you willing to be part of my story in the future? We are marrying for the future. We are not marrying for our past. It is for continuity. It is not for recycling what we did the other time. You see? So I just feel like it is important for people to forgive their past, go into a relationship when you already dealt with it as a person. As a person, forgive your past before you want people to forgive your past. There's also another problem, Jess, where you find you are the person who talks about your past even more than your future.
Jesus.
You see, people try to move out from whatever you did, but you keep on reminding them because that is how you define yourself. That is where you've put yourself. That is the bracket you identify with. That is your comfort zone. It is hard to remove such a person from their past, and it is hard for you to even convince them to look at things the other way because they've refused and they're slaves of their past. Me, I believe my past has nothing to do with my future. It can shape my future by saying, I don't want to go back to what I did, what I used to be. It's a reflection and say, I want to be a different person from what I used to be. We normally say here as a joke that we left home to change home. So I left my past and I walked out and maybe I went to maybe Nairobi, a city, to go and work hard and change where I come from. You see, so if I'm going to identify with my past forever and cry about it all the time, then nobody deserves to be with me. Nobody. Yes, my past is my past. I can't change it, but I can change my future. Why don't you embrace my future and work with me and help me become a better version of myself? So the number of people I've had sex with has nothing to define me. I might have had sex with the worst people on earth. I must have had sex in the craziest places on earth. But is that me? That is not me. So redefine me and let us build a future together with you.
Wonderful.
Rebrand me. Yes. Yeah.
And furthermore, sex is sex, yeah?
What do you mean sex is sex? Good question.
Now, I echo those sentiments, and they are good because they also talking about now how to move on. And it's good for us to move away and let the slavery of the past get over us. And just as it has been commented and said that we need to embrace the future. And I think moving forward and also progressively, we need to encompass each other, try to look for what is that is futuristic that we can bargain on and such kind of things. Leave alone and leave aside the tagline of the past, as long as the future is luminous and also as much as we are willing to do this. There are quite a number of comments. I can see them in our chat room. There is one from Themba and Lulusho. Thank you for following us. He's saying, what's the relevance of sharing? It is to build the relationship. When you are sharing, we should always make sure that we are building on the relationship. Nicholas Odoyo, and that is going to form the next question, that this applies mostly to ladies, because for a lady, we always want to judge us or else judge you badly based on how many people you have slept with. But in fact, for a man, the less you have the body count, you are a failure. Then Lulu is still saying, let your grandfather, Leo, your grandfather lied to you. And Brenda Naita is also saying, I agree, it depends with the level of maturity. But again, Is he or she ready to hear about the past? And is it something that is likely to be known? Then you better share. And also, Goodyear is also saying, rather the truth from the word go, because your partner should know that everyone has a past unless you are an angel. Goodyear is also saying there is a reason why things are called past. In another word, it means don't look back. And Christine Mokami is saying, agree with Nelly, let the past be the past. But I want to ask a question. Why is it that when it comes to the issue of the past, this is always an issue to do with ladies? Why is it that men, quite a number of men, are not pegged down on the issue of the past? Why is it always about ladies? Kwa nini tukiangalia the past, you will not deal on the man's past sana, but you'll deal with the ladies' past quite a number. Why do you think it is always unfair, Anne?
I think it's from the communities we come from, because a woman is seen as the one who builds a family, and for a man to have many women is not a big deal. And so if a woman is had to have slept with many men, you are seen as promiscuous, an adulterer, somebody who is not meant for the community because you have slept with many women. I tend to think that is a very backward way of looking at things. Because if we are going to a relationship, or generally about relationships, everyone should have some, what will I call it? Not integrity. I'm missing the word. Yeah, everyone should have some morals. Yes, some morals when it comes to relationship. It's not just a woman thing. Just because now, if a man sleeps with 100 women, they are seen as a hero. Oh, huyo ndiye ameshinda. And when a woman sleeps with 100 people, now she's seen as the one who has sinned so much. That is so unfair, even to our gender. I find it very unfair and very backward. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Morality, yeah, and morality goes both ways. Yeah.
Wonderful. John Miner is saying, Dr. John Miner from Kenyatta National Hospital is saying self-disclosure can be a barrier to effective communication, and I agree with this, but you can maybe also expand on this. Goody is saying men always know how to move fast and don't dwell on issues of the past. Nelly, why is it about ladies? Wakati tunaangalia past, we tend to pin down our ladies, yet we men are part of the past. Why is it so?
But women are blamed for everything. Even single motherhood is blamed on women. We are the punching bag of the society, and that is something we are fighting as women.
Yeah.
We are the punching bag of the society, and it is something that was done by our great-great-grandfathers, where a man would just mistreat a number of women, but he would be praised for it. But when a woman wakes up and speaks, she's called disrespectful. Right now, it's when we're trying to, even women can just walk out of their relationships and go and start their lives, but they'll still be judged.
Yeah.
A single father is seen as a vulnerable person, but a single mother is seen like a prostitute.
Exactly.
That is how cruel the society is to single mothers. And that is how women have been judged. That is how women have been defined. So when it comes to body count, and then something funny, you judge a single mother, but the men are part of the story because women cannot make themselves pregnant.
Yes.
You judge the number of women, you judge the number of men a woman has gone to bed with, yet the man is part of the story. You came, deceived me. I fell in love with you. We did what we did. You walked out of it. I was left with the pregnancy, and it's an evidence that, I had sex. You walking scot-free. One man can impregnate 10 women and walk away scot-free. But these 10 women will have to carry the pregnancy for 9 months, and nobody's going to talk about it. It's about the man. Instead, the people will applaud the man. Yes, the woman will carry the baby, give birth to the baby, raise the baby, but still the society will judge single women.
Yes.
So we are the punching bag of the society, and it's a long journey for us to fight it. but that is the sad reality of life, where you even
When,
find two teenagers. There's this story, Jess, where
Yeah.
siblings are in a relationship. I think you saw it. Obina hosted them.
yes, yes.
You know,
The,
so
mhm.
I saw where the lady was being blamed. You know, it is the lady who is being blamed. Yet the man is doing it. The brother is doing it, but nobody's talking about the brother.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody. Yeah. So women have always been the punching bag of the society. They carry the burden. When a man decides to walk out of a relationship and lives with even 10 children in marriage, nobody will judge you that you lost a marriage or this man left you. But you're going to be judged, ulizaa watoto wote na mwanaume bado alikuacha. So it is left on you as a woman that is carrying and bearing these kids. Yet the man is in another place with Wanjiko, and nobody talks about him. So yeah, we cannot stop it, but women will forever be blamed. That's why we say any man who asks you about your body count, my fellow women, it is
Mhm.
to hii ya tatu hata ukumbuki vizuri. Ukumbuki.
And now, as much as we come to that, and before I come to Leo, so that at the end of the day, we also disseminate from this perspective of men and why we are always unfair to ladies and our ladies, because just like the way you have said, women cannot impregnate themselves. There must be a man, there must be men involved in this. A man with 10 chicks, nindume. A lady with 2 men ni mtu ambaye sitaki kutaja jina, but at the same time in the same perspective, I think the issue of ladies being disoriented in the society, and you look at even the social media, sometimes when it comes to other issues that are not related, they must be related to sex and such kind of things to do with body shaming, things to do with talking about ill motives about the others. I find ladies being their own enemies, whereby you are a fellow lady, you are a lady and you are attacking a fellow lady. And I think that is where the rain starts beating us as ladies. And do you agree with that?
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate that some women, I don't even know what to say to call it, that you can even body shame another woman just because you feel like you're looking better than they are, either by their body size or by how they are doing in life, by how many children they have. I don't know how I can define that. I lack words. Because at the end of the day, you're looking at, and even some are saying that and they have daughters. They have daughters, they come from a mother, they are mothers themselves. They're a woman and you're still attacking yourself. It's very hard for you to hear a man attacking another man, unless it's about money or some women, an ego issue. But women, I think it's one because of jealousy, issues of low self-esteem. Yeah,
Wonderful.
I
And
don't know.
I think,
About it. Yeah.
yes, and as much as we do that, we also engage our men and also try to make them understand that this past, it is not all about ladies. There is also the part of the men and which plays a part. And that is why somebody is saying in the comment that Nemo is saying, I think MCJC should tell us from one's perspective why they pin it on us as women. I'll request Leo to come on board. Good men always know how to move fast and don't dwell on issues. Choco Ching is saying he is following from Siaya, Kenya. Welcome on board. Nicholas Odo is saying ladies won't accept the truth. Men must control. And Goody is saying women don't have to have sex physically. There is insemination AI too. So this can too make a woman single without a man to blame or something of that sort. Leo, why do we taint ladies' past? Yet at the end of the day, men are also part and parcel of this past.
Right, thank you, MC Jesse. I think nature is really not just fair. And first of all, before I get to your question, allow me to disagree with Nelly. And this notion that we have a single mothers, I don't think that we have somebody called a single mother. And it's high time that ladies should well tell us that you are either divorced or you are widowed. There's no way we can have a single mother. What do you mean when you say somebody, I'm a single mother? You're not a single mother. You are either divorced or you are widowed. There's nothing like single mother. So we need to do away with that. And this is what has always made us see the rise of so many ladies who are raising children without fathers, because they will run out of their marriages and start calling themselves and get branded as single mothers, and they think that is the best thing, is the best achievement that ladies should have. So we need to avoid that. And then secondly, why most of the blame is normally on ladies? I think ladies have got the highest responsibilities when it comes to building up a family. And even those people who subscribe to either Christianity or Islam, I will tell you that the Holy Scriptures, be it Quran or the Holy Bible, talks of a good lady or a wise lady building their own homes and a foolish one destroying the home. So the responsibility of building a relationship, the responsibility of building a home, I think it's heavily on ladies compared to men. Then naturally, whichever side you view it, whether scientifically or religiously or according to our traditional beliefs, men are naturally polygamist. And even if you look at it in terms of science, that is why you'll find that even in our holy books, we have people like Abraham, we have people like David, we have people like Solomon, and you can name them. And there's nowhere that even the Christian faith is condemning polygamy. So you cannot say that you're going to ask a man, how many females have you laid, when you know that even in marriage we have men who marry 6 up to 7 or even up to 10 wives, but that is normal. But if you have a woman who is having like 2 partners, that one will be called something else. So I think nature is not just favoring ladies, and we have to live by it. We have to accept the reality. There's nothing we can do about it. We cannot be able to change it, and we can also not be able maybe future-led the creator. So these things happen naturally. The same way when you want to go for a short call, you can face the wall. You know, ladies, however much they say what men can do, ladies can do best. There are things that they cannot do. So I'll stop there.
Wonderful, wonderful. And as we maybe try to discuss this and also come on board, there is a comment from Ramesu Yegon. We're saying men pay too much attention to women these days. And Goodyear is also saying that being a single dad or a single mother is a choice by itself. We want to take a small commercial break. When we come back, we will be finalizing on our discussion. And we want to ensure that the modern world, we are enjoying issues related to the bedroom. And we left it at issues related to kuzima stima na kutozima stima. And we say, there is a saying that says, gharama ni kuona na kuguza.
Sawa, mufanye kama stima imewaka. Hata mkipenda mfanye mchana. Even under the sun. You know? As long as both of you want it. Unaona? But at times also couples switch off the lights because the kids, it also attracts attention of the children. The children might want to come and peep and see what's happening in the bedroom. So there are many reasons that surround the switching off of the light.
If my man asks me for money, I will not even ask him why he needs the money. I will ask him, babe, unataka pesa ngapi? Shika. I'm ready to spoil my man. I will spoil him the way he spoils me. Hata kama ni kwenda kukopa.
Welcome back, our viewers. Remember, this is Afrique 24 TV channel, where we bring you the best issues related to matters love, matters politics, matters sporting, and all issues that affect the human race. And this is Bed of Roses that comes to you each and every Friday at 8 p.m. East African time. And we get to engage you in matters related to love, relationships, and such. As you have seen, we have quite a number of videos and past episodes that we have uploaded in our social media platforms. Umesikia mambo ya kuzima stima, umesikia mambo ya kufanya anytime, umesikia mambo mengi sana. You can subscribe to our channel, that is Afrique24 TV channel, and be sure you can catch these episodes. Remember also, you have a chance to chat with us. Kindly always engage us in these forums, and I'm sure we are well equipped to talk to you. I can see quite a number of members are also following us. We have Footballer Caicedo, who is following and saying very sensitive topic that we are discussing today. I'll come to you, Nelly, and ask you this beautiful question. Sometimes what you don't know should remain that you don't know. But is it healthy to try and dig deeper to know your partner willingly or unwillingly? Ama utasema kile hujui usiwahi jua. What are your views, Nelly?
I told you in the beginning of it that people should focus in building a future with somebody. It's the past is important, but even the devil has a future to build. They learned from them being the devils, and now they want a better thing for themselves, you know. So why are we so focused in the past? We have a future to build with you. Can we focus in building the future? It is okay to know what you're getting yourself into. But you as a lady, when the man is asking you these questions, talk, but don't talk too much. You know, don't talk too much until you look stupid, you know. You see, mimi hata huku kwetu sijui, huku kwetu unajua hata mamangu hakuoleka, mamangu alikuwa sijui na wanabwana wa sijui wangapi wangapi. Excuse you me, this man is going to judge with what you say, and there's nothing as bad as you're the person defining yourself, and then now the man gets comfort in defining with what you said from your own mouth, you know. Everybody has a past, and everybody deserves a good future. If our past could define our future, many of us could not be where we are today, you know. So you cannot define me and determine my future based on the things I did in my past. No. At times life would have been harsh to me. I did things that I regret until today, you know, that I don't even want to talk about. And I look at them and I feel like, oh, this is me. Then now I meet somebody whom I love and somebody I want to look at the future with, because we need to share the same dreams for the future. We marry for the future, we don't marry for the past. So marriage is a new journey that I want to start with you. So let us start it on a clean plate. The only past you're not supposed to hide from your partner is the children. Don't hide your children. Tell them the truth. You know, tell them the truth, but don't go telling them how, hey, mimi nilikuwa napeleka hata wanaume watatu in a day. How is it building your future? How is that going to be productive in your future at the end of the day? You see, so the past is good to talk about it, be honest up to each other, but the things we need to focus on is the future we want to build with you, not the past I did by myself. Yes.
Wonderful. And it's good because you have talked about something that has always come on board. Unapatana na mtu ambaye, and this doesn't apply, sadly, doesn't apply so much to men, because men, watoto labda mtu amejaza watoto wengi sana, unaweza pata tulio kadhaa kwa kila kijiji, kila kijiji iko, but you know, it is not tagged anywhere, ni wa leo, but utaona tu masikio, hiyo smile ni ya leo. But when it comes to ladies, lazima lady, kama uko na mtoto lazima physically ijulikane uko na mtoto, and it is sad because it doesn't affect men, and it is also part of the past, and that is what I think we are talking about now.
Yeah.
Anne,
Yes.
should you dig deeper into your partner's past, ama utakubali ya kuulize mulikuwa na nani, mulifanya nini, mara ngapi, wapi? Are you going to be comfortable? Are you comfortable digging deeper? Is it healthy?
I think it's very unhealthy, because why are you searching for that information? And as I have said many times, if it's not necessary, it's not building the relationship, it's unnecessary. Why are we talking about it? We should not talk about it. Unless it's building our relationship or it's something that we really need to deal with. But if it's not part of our future, I don't see why we should dig deeper into it, because it's going to be hurtful. It will bring a lot of insecurity. It's going to bring about jealousy and mistrust. So all that, I think they're not important in a marriage and a relationship. They're going to damage it, because every time I do something, you'll be saying, oh, you're doing that because of, oh, you're used to doing that. Unless it's something that is really important in a relationship, it's better to keep quiet. Yeah, so for me, I wouldn't dig deeper, even unless somebody want to voluntarily talk about something, then that's okay. But if it's not something that they want to talk about, I won't dig about it. I won't dig deeper, and I will not also delve into my past unless it's very important. Yes.
Lakini tunakubaliana vizuri kabisa kuwa whatever you don't want to dig deeper into, na pahali hutaki kuongea mambo mengi, bora tu isikuje kujulikana. Because sasa kusema tu kweli, hujaniambia kuhusu pahali past, hujaniambia ulikuwa unaenda club XYZ kwa strippers or something of that sort. Then wakati tumekaa na hujaniambia, naona pesa zako ukitoa.
The magnitude of, if I was working as a stripper, that is something that can come up very fast. So if you want to hear, yes, I have been a stripper, and it might come up that people might tell you I was a stripper. You know, those are things which are in the public. They're in the public domain, so it will come up. But if it's the small nitty-gritties, where am I bringing them up? I shouldn't. Unless it's something that is out there. That is like, if I worked as a barmaid, I will say I was once working in a club. Yes.
And I think maybe you can also agree, the worst thing you can think of in form of the past is your partner having sex, right?
I think so. Yeah, that is the biggest
that is the only worst part
of
the
thief, because that one can also affect your future. If somebody is a thief, and it might affect your conman.
Mwizi si mbaya sana kwa sababu
You see, MC, I really have a problem how the only past a man is interested in is how many people I've had sex with. Kwani nini shida? What is the problem with having sex? Huh?
That is the only issue they have.
The only past women want to dig about women is, what is your body count? We have a lot of things to talk about, but you decide to judge me with my body count.
Very unfair. Very unfair. And as you come
anyway,
on board,
life has always been unfair for women, especially when it comes to these things and the society judging women and everything else. It has never been fair. And you said something that women are enemies of themselves. I agree and also disagree. You know, at times men put us in a situation that you have to fight each other. You get, like, let me give you an example.
Yes.
You come to me, you seduce me. I don't know you're married. I meet your wife, and then now I know that you're married. So we start. We are at war with your wife because you created a battlefield for me and her. You should have told me the truth so that I know and how to protect myself. I don't actually think women are enemies of themselves. Women are just trying to speak out, and maybe by their speaking, they are going to offend a fellow woman. We've been in a crazy world where women never even used to express themselves. But again, when it comes to body shaming, the best people who body shame each other is women.
Yeah.
The person who even laughs at another woman. Something funny about us women is you might find a woman walking and maybe bad luck, they stain their clothes. A man would come and cover that woman, but another woman would call another woman to laugh at that woman.
That's true.
we really, I don't know if it's competition or it's jealousy or it's what,
Yeah.
but there's something about us that you would never understand. Yet we are best friends to our daughters. So that is where, so where is the lie?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You get?
Wonderful. Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Mm.
And it's good that we're also learning, and we're also making sure that at the end of the day we are creating an environment that is conducive for all of us, and also trying to bridge the gaps and also the mishaps that might be there in the society. And we remember this show aims at making sure that relationships improve, love is real, and people grow from one level to another. And that's why we always
Mhm.
engage you, our dear viewers from all over the world. That's why we also get in touch with you through our chat room. Like now, we want to sample quite a number of comments. Today, we really appreciate that the comments are coming in very fast. We have Goodyear who is saying, what you don't know doesn't hurt. So just leave it and don't even bother about it. Mokami is saying, the past must not define our future. We are just like the way our panelists have talked about this, that we should not be defined by our past. Morata Kwesi, who is Kaisedo, is saying, from Madam's speech, do you support we hide our past since we are going to be judged based on them? That is a question. Good is knowing someone's past is like a mini interview before commitment. It gives you the real picture of who you are dealing with. Dr. John Miner is saying, what, who, where, when, and why you say matters. There's some truth about life that you just have to go to the grave with. Looking back too much will only yield to losing locus and focus in life. Sometimes you let go some of these things and unasema ni uongo na ni uongo na ni uongo, na unakufa na hiyo uongo mpaka mwisho, because some of these things they not add value. Kamasia family is saying she has to tell me everything willingly. If I find out anything fishy, that's an immediate divorce. And I think this also applies to the other side. Christine Mokami is saying, if I'm to share my past, let me share willingly, not being coerced into speaking about it. Goodyear is saying, in some countries, you can go to the police stations and ask about one's character, whether the person is a killer, thief, sex offender, for safety reasons. But white lies can be ignored. Sijui kama Kenya utaenda kwa nyumba 10, utauliza neighbors ambao kazi yao ni ama maids ama watchman soldier mwenye anajua how it goes. Yes, sex delights, I think. I will not read that one from Kamasia family for obvious reasons. Nicholas Odoyo says, innocence of a lady is all about how many men she has slept with. That's why we measure on the sex history of a lady. Please like the video, share, and subscribe, which is in order. Now, moving forward, we have some people who may be also following this program and are living under the shadow of the past. They have tried to move out of the past, they cannot be able to. They have been stigmatized in the society. Somebody also may be suffering and not able to move because each and every time they have an issue with a partner, he or she is reminded of the past, which breaks his or her heart. How do we move on from the past? How do we demarcate ourselves from the stigma of the past? And
I think now that you are in it and you have already shared because you thought that sharing would help, I think one thing that you're supposed to do is you can suggest to your partner that you go to a counselor, because if it's affecting your relationship and you don't think that you guys want to part ways, you're still trying to navigate the relationship to work. So I think it's better to look for a third party, because if you still want to fight for the relationship, because if it's now becoming too much, I don't see why you're together. If it's becoming too much and straining the relationship, then you guys can part ways. It's not good to. I'm not an advocate of divorce and everything, but I'm just saying if it gets to a point when this past is now becoming too strenuous in a relationship, it's good to quit. If not, look for a third party. By that, then you are able to navigate the relationship in the right manner. That's my 2 cents.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Nelly, how do we help somebody who is suffering from this tagline of the past that to some people or some quarters it looks questionable? How do we bring this person on board? And thus, how do we help this person to ensure that the future is the focus?
Thank you so much, MC Jesse. Unfortunately, you can't change your past. You can't change your past. And the fact that you can't change it, you should never be a slave of your past. You see? So it's just to people should accept. Acceptance and forgiving your past is very important. Accept that that is the person that you were, but now you're not that person. And live a life like you're not that person anymore. We all learn through a mistake. There's something each one of us, everybody has a Pandora's box that they don't want to be opened. You know, you have it. Yeah, it might have been pitching somebody, but it's something that you don't relate and don't want even to be associated with at the moment because of the life experiences and the journey. So, what you can tell such a person who is still in that cage of holding on to the past and identifying with them is just to tell them to no longer be a slave of your past and never be a slave of fear. You know, the unknown is something exciting. So, the fear of the unknown, of you now letting go of the past that you don't want and now focusing on the future, is something that a choice that you must make as an individual. There's nobody who will help you make that choice, but it's a decision you'll make as an individual and say, I am no longer a slave of my past. I am forever focused to build a future and change the person that I want to become. Otherwise, nobody will make you feel better about yourself if not you yourself. And in this world, you teach people how to treat you. If you teach people to always disrespect you, they'll forever disrespect you. Be it your spouse, be it your word, be it, you teach them how to treat you by how you treat yourself. So don't remind us all the time about your past that you're trying to run away from. And once we reflect it on you, you feel offended. Your past belongs to your past. It has nothing to do with your future. You can't change it. It does not deserve your energy. Focus on your future. Yes.
Wonderful. Focus on the future. The past remains the past. It cannot be changed. Leo, which advice would you give to somebody who is trying to move away from the past and to ensure that this stigma that is always on his or her shoulders is no more? Leo?
I think that what we need to know is that each and every person has got their past. That is a fact, and all of us have got scars. So these scars, some of them remind us of some of the better moments we had before. Some of them remind us of the bitterness that maybe or some of the struggles that we had in life. So anybody at no point should you run away from your scars, but you should use your past to build a better future. So if your past was darker, then you should use this darker past to ensure that you're having some illuminated future. You must use it as a point of reference that every little step you make to make your future clear, referring to what happened in the past, it should be there to motivate you and to remind you not to get back to it, but you don't run away from it. So when you run away from it, you'll keep on creating some darker past each and every time. So the only way to create a brighter future is to look into your darker past positively, avoid the things that made it dark, and pick on the positive things that you do. Then with that, we can always be assured of having some future. But when you run away from it, there's nothing positive or nothing progressive that you're going to make. So that is what I can tell somebody who's trying to run away from their past. They need to be proud of their past and use it as a lesson to build on a brighter future.
Wonderful. That has been a fruitful engagement when we have been disseminating this issue of the past, and we have all agreed that this is not a curse. Our past is not a curse. It should not form our what we call our black spots in our lives. It is not a black spot in our future. It is not a black spot in our present. It is always a past that should remain to be in the past. I'll invite all my panelists to give us our parting shots and also wish our viewers a blessed weekend. And maybe if you have a ceremony, you might be getting married this week, Leo, and we need to know. So you also give us an invitation. I'll start with my extreme right. Anne.
So thank you for all our viewers for giving us your time. We hope that we have been resourceful to you. Remember all these, we are not counselors. We are just discussing issues that affect us as human beings. So thank you for tuning in to Africa 24 every Friday. See you here on this platform. Thank you, my co-host and our host, Jesse Moss, Nelly, and Leo. Have a good night.
Wonderful. That is, and we come to Leo. You can give us your parting shots, Leo.
I just want to take this moment to thank you guys for inviting me to your show, Better Process. Of course, this is a platform that enables us to learn something new, and it also enables us to have a dream that everybody would always want to have a stable and a successful relationship. So, to the viewers who do watch this program, I think it's an opportunity to learn from even people's past experience so that we don't do things that are going to destabilize our relationship. So all in all, as far as our past are concerned, I just want to tell people that we don't need to run away from our past. And if you have your partner, you can get away of explaining some of the moments that happened in your past that can be used to motivate your future. But the bottom line is that you don't need to concentrate on negative past, but we need to concentrate on our future and build a better future as we ensure that our present is taken care of. Thank you so much, FC Jesse, and I'm looking forward for the next episode.
Wonderful, thank you so much. And finally, let's get our parting shot from Nelly.
Yeah, it was nice being here today. It was a good discussion. I've learned something, but also the host, thank you so much for always asking questions that are so tough and engaging our brains. You forget that some of us are 68 years old. So it was nice having you, Anne and Leo. Thank you for being here. But my parting shot on the topic of today: never be a slave of your past. The scars might be so deep, but they don't define you. You have all the power and the strength. When you involve God in your journey, God has a way of changing and redefining you. So allow God to work on you. Work with the right people who want the best for you. Your past can never define your future. Never be a slave of your past. Let the scars of your past remain the scars of your past, but focus in building a future that is resourceful to you and beautiful to the society that you're living in. But in this crazy world, if you have to be anything, just remember and remain to be kind to yourself and to the society. The world is so cruel. Many things are happening. The floods are here with us. So stretch a hand to your neighbor, check on your neighbor. The internet has made us forget that we have neighbors who are physically existing because we go to the social media, we've created friends and links with people that we even forget that there's a neighbor next door who might also be sleeping hungry with no food. So knock on your neighbor's door and stretch a hand of kindness. Listen to them to understand where they're coming from and just be kind and remain kind. It is with kindness that we're going to change the society and become a beautiful future for all of us. So let us make the world a better place by forgiving our past and embracing the future. Your body count does not define you. The choices you make after your body count will define the person you want to become. So in life, choices have consequences. So choose your consequence the right way. Otherwise, thank you so much for hosting me. It was a beautiful conversation. The comment section, thank you for engaging positively there. We've had you. Those who are on TikTok who have not subscribed, kindly go and subscribe to Afrique TV. Go subscribe and then let us grow together. Sawa sawa. As I leave here, I'm going to continue the conversation on my live on TikTok. So thank you so much, MC Jess.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate. Much has been said. I have nothing to add, but just to tell you that even from the Bible, the beautiful stories of people whose past was turned into a beautiful future and present are always there with us. Talk of Zacchaeus, who was a thief, and when he left his past, no one went back there. Look at the beautiful story of Paul, who was initially Saul, and when he turned back from his past, then it becomes a different story. We always read about the stories of Paul, how he wrote the books and such kind of things. The same case applies to you. You don't have to be a slave of your past. We can always make the future a better place. We really want to appreciate each and every person who has participated in this. We have had quite enormous and also a very big following in our social media platform. The chat room is full. We really appreciate. Sorry for those of you who we were not able to read your comments, but I'm sure that we'll always engage. We have discussions each and every Friday here at Bed of Roses program. This is Afrique 24 TV channel. I want also to appreciate my panelists, starting with Leo, Nelly, together with Anne, and also one of us who was not present today. Sijui kama alienda kuolewa manani anaitwa Nyox, Magi Nyox. She will tell us next week alikuwa wapi, na kuna vitu alituambia hajui from our past nini, akatuambia ata experiment siku ile atakosa kuja kwa show. So next time atatuambia ni wapi amekuwa. It has really been a beautiful engagement. The only way we can support each other is by you subscribing to our TV channel and ensuring that you share some of these videos with your friends, your groups, your workmates, and let's grow together, because we want to make the world a better place to live, full of love that is pure love. Until next week, same time, same place. God bless you, take care, and bye-bye.
Join us every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for a captivating journey into the world of love, relationships, and romance, presented by the dynamic trio Maggie Nyox, MC Jesse, and Annie Wawero, Bed of Roses. Promises to be your weekly dose of heartwarming stories, insightful discussions, and expert advice on matters of the heart. Whether you're single, in a relationship, or simply love a good love story, this is the show for you. Don't miss out on the chance to unwind and indulge in the joys and challenges of love, all brought to you by our talented hosts. Tune into Afrique 24 every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and let us guide you through the enchanting world of Bed of Roses.